Yes, sir. Now, today, we're going to talk about Adin Ross, man. So, it came out yesterday, March 3rd, right? That Adin Ross' sister, Adin, died at the age of 36. Now, this news came out yesterday, March 3rd. But the interesting thing about it is that the Broward County Medical Examiner confirmed to TMZ that Adin died back in January 15th. Way back on January 15th. And they just now coming out about it in the media on March 3rd, right? But then they still saying that the cause and manner of her death are still pending. But the medical examiner could confirm to TMZ that she was dead, but you still can't confirm the cause of death. But we're going to talk about this whole thing, and we're going to talk about why they waited so long. It's a Masonic ritual, but let's start off with the basics, man, because Adin Ross professed to be a Jew, right? So what I'm about to show you is the practice of Gematria, which I'm sure that Adin Ross is familiar with. In numerology, Gematria is the practice of assigning a numerical value to a name, word, or phrase by reading it as a number, or sometimes by using an alphanumeric cipher, right? The first evidence of use of Hebrew letters as numbers dates to 78 BCE. Gematria is still used in Jewish culture, right? So with that being said, man, we're going to get right into this, man. We're gonna get right into this. So Adin Ross, sister, dead at 36. If we add up the letters in Adin Ross, we get 36, right? And this is the reduction cipher. This is how English Gematria is calculated. These four ciphers right here is English Gematria. You got forwards, which it shows you right here, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. It's that simple, right? Ordinal or original. Then you got reverse. So A will be 26, right? In reverse. So if you put Adin Ross, you can write this down on paper. Z is 1, A is 26 in that cipher. Now you got the reduction ciphers, right? Which is basically, you see how we have double digits here? Reduction is getting those numbers in the purest cipher possible. Breaking down that number to the simplest form. It works like a fraction almost. You see what I'm saying? Remember when you used to simplify fractions? That's what the reduction cipher is. It's simplifying the numbers down to the point where they can't get broken down anymore, right? And Adin Ross equals 36. Right? Adin Ross's, and we sitting up here talking about Adin Ross's sibling, right? Which also equals 36. And then her name is Adin, which also equals 36 in the same cipher, right? Adin Ross. Down to the T. And that's how these things go on in this industry that Adin Ross is a part of. Right? So Adin Ross' sister dead at 36. 36, right? Go over to Adin Ross Instagram. He got 6.3 million followers right now. We're going to break all this down. But I kind of want to go in order, and then Adin equals 63, right? The reflection of 36. 36, 6.3, 63, right? So let's keep going. Let's keep on going. Because we got a lot to get through. Because I want to talk about this death day, and then the day that it comes out to the news. Because Adin Ross, if we take his birthday, which is October 11th, 2000, and we take the actual death day, right? January 15th, right? That's what they said. That's what the medical examiner said, right? That she died January 15th. So if we actually take that death day, Adin Ross was 303 months old, right? Then, okay, hold on. Masonry equals 33. Same cipher. Same cipher. We doing all this with one cipher right now, right? So Adin Ross was 303 months old. Then they came out on March 3rd, right? To tell you about this. 3/3. And March 3rd, what's so interesting about March 3rd is it leaves 303 days left in the year, right? And Adin Ross was 303 months old when this happened. Now, we also have, okay, so January 15th is written 1/15. It's written the way that it's written is 1/15. Masonic equals 115. So that's the day she died, 115, January 15th. Then they came out on 3/3 to tell you about it. And then Adin Ross was 303 months old. But come on, man, we not done. We not done. We have in the day of the official death, right, that they're saying was January 15th, which leaves 350 days left, right? 350. Masonry and satanic in the satanic cipher. Now, and it equals 350. Just like the days left in the year, the day that his sister died, is what they saying. It left 350 days left, just like Masonry equals 350. So the way that the satanic cipher is calculated, right? Scripture says that mark of beast, mark of man is 666, right? Mark of beast in the Sumerian cipher. The Sumerians believed that 6 was the perfect number. You have to take these things into account. These people that's been practicing this numerology ever since the beginning. You see what I'm saying? This is nothing new. This is nothing new. Gematria. Adin, no. 666. Is the 36th triangular number. You remember Adin Ross' sister died at the age of 36. So this is why the satanic cipher, right? If we go back to this right here, this is why it starts off A being 36. That's how the satanic alphabet starts, with 36. All right, so we got this masonry going on, man. We got these Masonic connections going on. Now, I want to stick on masonry for a second, because if we take it from the day that Adin Ross' sister died on January 15th to the day that they decide to come out in the news and tell you about it, that was a span of 47 days. Now, if we look at the Masonic compass, there's 47 degrees in the Masonic compass. The Masonic compass is set to 47 degrees, right? So we getting these Masonic connections here with Adin Ross, his sister's death, and then the confirmation. So everything they're doing is by this Gematria practice. And this goes on. Many, you see this in the media, you see this in sports, you see this in television, you see this in news worldwide, man. This is the practice that's going on right in front of you. So, if we take Adin Ross's span of life to the day that they confirm it in the news, to the day that TMZ and all the other headlines post about it and want you to know about it. They want you to know about it on this specific day for a reason. Right? So Adin Ross was a span of 25 years and 143 days old. Once again, man, another tribute. Got it right of Freemasonry equals 143. And I want to get rid of these real quick because I want you to really just focus on English right now. Right? Or matter of fact, we about to get right back into satanic because, right, we got this Scottish rite of Freemasonry, which equals 143. Right? It was 143 days after Adin Ross's birthday when they decide to come out about it on the news on 3/3, which leaves 303 days left in the year. Now, he's also 25 years old. Well, he was 25 years and 143 days old. The day that they confirmed his sister's death, when RIP is the reverse satanic cipher. 25, and 143. So now I believe Z would be 36. Right. Z is 36 in this cipher. Right? Remember, his sister died at the age of 36. Adin Ross equals 36. And this is the span of his life when they decide to confirm the RIP. Right? When they decide to confirm it. This is how old he is. 25 years and 143 days old. Like RIP. So we got that. I just want to get all the Mason connections out the way first, right? Because once again, we got the 143. We gonna get into that. Don't even trip on that. Adin Ross's other sister, right? This is not to be confused. Madeline, Adin Ross's sister, Madeline, is not to be confused with Naomi Ross. Naomi Ross is his other sister that y'all are familiar with, right? She's been on his streams. You see what I'm saying? At first, that's what I thought that they was talking about. I was like, oh, what? But no, it's not to be confused with her. This is Naomi Ross, right? But even if we take her as well, right? Because she seems to be very close with her brother, right? Because you see her around him on his social media accounts. Ain't this her right here? Oh no, this Summer Rae. Never mind. But she was on his stream though. On his Twitch. Y'all seen her. Y'all, the Adin Ross fans that's gonna be watching this video, they seen her. You see what I'm saying? So ain't no point to even try to sit up here and act stupid. You see what I'm saying? But even if we include Naomi Ross though. Oh, now they don't want to, now they acting funny, right? Because her birthday, they popped it right up. But her birthday is November 1st, 1995, right? Naomi Ross. So if we take that, that's due to the publications, right? Naomi Ross, born November 1st, 1995, right? His sister. So if we take that, man, even his sister was 11,033 days old the day that both of their sister died, right? You see the 126, but come on. It was also 10 weeks and 5 days after Naomi's birthday that Madeline passed away, right? Masonry equals 105. Then it end up being confirmed on 3/3 yesterday. All right, so now I'm just gonna go in order, right? Now I'm just gonna go in order. I just wanted to get all those Masonic connections out the way first. So now, if we take Adin Ross's birthday, which is October 11th, and we take Madeline's death day, January 15th, she died on the 97th day of Adin Ross's age, just like death equals 97. And then Adin Ross is currently 25 years old, right? He's 25 years old. 25. 25, 97. Just like death. It was also 38 weeks and 3 days before his next birthday that she passed away, right? 38 weeks and 3 days. Now we got the number 38. We got the number 38, death. 38, the death number. Murder, 38 and 83. Reflections. They're reflections of each other. There was even a movie about this, man. There was even a movie about this called Murder by Numbers, starring Sandra Bullock. And then you see the number 3, and then you see the number 8 right there. They telling you right to your face that this is a real thing that's going on. Murder by Numbers. 3, 8. And even the person that they used. For this movie. Sandra Bullock, 83. This is why they used her. This is what they do, man. This is what the industry does. These are ancient practices these people are doing. This is nothing new. All right. So we got her 83 perfectly cast like a spell, right? That's what they call it. That's what they call the members of the movie. The cast members. What you think they doing with the movie? It's spell casting. But come on, man. 38 weeks and 3 days, right? I got this whole word bank over here because I don't want to confuse no new viewers. So I got this whole word bank that I was working on yesterday, and I'm just, you feel me? So we got this 38, right? We already talked about the 47. We got 4 months and 20 days. Then we could have kept on the Freemasonry. We could have stayed on that for a little longer. Freemason equals 42, right? Jesuit equals 42, right? Now let's get on this Jew thing. Right? Let's get on it. Let's get on this. Let's get on it. Because the day that they come out, right? Adin Ross's birthday is on the 223rd day of them confirming his sister's death, right? 223. Like skull and crossbones equals 223. Skull and crossbones is the brotherhood of death, right? Skull and crossbones. What also equals 223? The synagogue of Satan equals 223. Now, Adin Ross professes to be a Jew, right? Now, in scripture, it says, take note, I will make those of the synagogue of Satan who say that they are Jews and are not, but lie. I will make them come and bow down at your feet and make them know without any doubt that I have loved you. You see what I'm saying? Those of the synagogue of Satan that profess that they are Jews, but they are not. They lie. Right? But come on, man. Because even if we take his sister, man, right? In the actual death day of Madeline, Naomi Ross' birthday is 290 days after the death of her sister. 290 days after. Just like the synagogue of Satan equals 290 in the English language backwards. It's only a few things necessary to figure these things out. Right? In reality. I could sprinkle if I wanted to touch on the Chaldean, but we don't even got to. We don't even have to. We can just use the English that y'all are all familiar with. English. 290, man. The synagogue of Satan, man. What else we got? And then pay attention to the fact that this happened back on January 15th. And Adin Ross, not to say that he had to say something, but just now you in the position that you gotta keep the same energy. Now you gotta keep not saying nothing, because you didn't say nothing back when you knew about this on January 15th. Now you ain't have to, that's your business. That's your family business. That's your family's business. But I better not see you come out now just because this information hit the news and then try to act like you so sad about it now. Don't try to put on no posts and try to put on no front for Instagram and YouTube and your Twitch now, because you ain't say nothing back on January 15th. He been ain't saying nothing on Instagram. He ain't post nothing since 2022. Right? Look, somebody said sacrifice ? He posted these two videos right here on January 15th, the day that you got that phone. I know you got a phone call. I know that you knew about it on January 15th. So it's that same day right there, January 15th, January 15th, January 15th. Still been active throughout the whole thing. Ain't said a word. Energy ain't been different at all. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that you have to say something and just let everybody know what your family got going on. But I'm just saying that keep this same quiet energy that you've been having. Don't try to act like you sad now just because TMZ told everybody about it now. That's what I'm saying. So I think that's all we got in this situation, man. I think that's all that we had, man.
Nostalgia. It's delicate.
I believe that's all that we had, man, for this video, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Appreciate y'all for all the love. Appreciate y'all for all the support. And I'm out.